Welcome to the Luther High School Awards Program. Indeed, this is a very special way to acknowledge some very special gifts and talents that the Lord has entrusted to our young people here at Luther High School. You know, if we were to have a theme for this, I would guess if you looked at the media, it would probably be coronavirus or safe at home. While that certainly applies to the world that we live in, for this program, we have a much higher theme that we'd like to follow. Our theme for this school year is actually Serve the Lord. And in what very special ways we have had now recently opportunities to serve our Lord through instruction, through the encouragement that you and your parents and students have provided for one another. And there's another theme that we had recently here at Luther High School, and that is Safe in God's Hands. You know, in between those two themes, I really think that there is a kernel of truth that applies to all of us, not just during the coronavirus, and God willing, that's going to come to an end soon, but really serving the Lord, safe in God's hands. Really, those are themes for a lifetime. And we look forward to the students that are being awarded these various honors this evening, that they will recognize that these are in fact blessings from God that He has entrusted to them, that God willing, they will use to share the message of Jesus Christ that they have had an opportunity to learn and grow in each and every day here at Luther High School. What a blessing they are to Luther High School. What a blessing we are confident they will be in their future endeavors.
Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Mark Lersch, and I'm in charge of the post-high school planning and the organizing of these scholarships. Well, this first slide, scholarships awarded by others, this is really a culmination of the 4 years of things that I do with the kids. And to borrow a phrase from Mrs. Lusky, what she used to tell me when she was preparing me to take over this position, she always said, as soon as the kids enter Luther High School, we're already preparing for them to leave. And seniors, that would be the same thing. Back to your freshman year, we forced you to go on those tours of Western and UW La Crosse freshman year. And then sophomore year, we forced you to take the ACT Aspire test. And junior year, I tell you, start making a Google Doc of all the things that you've done. And here are the ACT dates. And what are you thinking about college? You should start to think about some visits. Mr. Shopper and I take you to the college fair in the fall of junior year, and another tour of Western that we did. And then senior year, a little bit more on your own. Here's how you use Parchment. What are you thinking about for next year? Did you apply yet? Do you have to take the ACT yet? All those things, and now you're pretty much on your own. You've done your applying, you've probably decided where you're going to go, you sent in your housing deposit, and ready to take to the next big step. So here are these scholarships awarded by others, and especially by the colleges that you're going to. A lot of these are coming from. So this information is provided, got provided for me from you guys just from a couple days ago. And for the most part, the students do know that you are receiving these scholarships. A few may be a surprise. There may be also some more out there than these, as this is what you guys just told me, again, up through a couple days ago. A few of these awards got sent to me here at school, and so you should make sure you pick up these envelopes on May 19th or 20th when you guys come to clean out your books, clean out your lockers and return your books. All right, so here we go on scholarships awarded by others. And the first one, Catherine Bruns, going to the University of St. Thomas, a merit scholarship for $136,000. And I'll just read the total amounts here instead of dividing them all up by year. Also going to the University of St. Thomas, Evan Boudin, where he'll get $132,000 in scholarship money. John Michaels, also going to the University of St. Thomas with a merit scholarship of $114,000. Eric Rogers, going to Upper Iowa University, where he'll get a presidential scholarship worth $75,000, and also an Upper Iowa University athletic scholarship for $5,000. Joey McNamara, going to Drake University, where he'll get a merit scholarship for $92,000. Christian Willem, going to Cole College in Iowa, where he'll get a Cole College trustee scholarship for $96,000, and a Cole College Impact Scholarship for $10,000, and a Cole College Grant for $7,200. Brandon Statler, going to Western College, where he can use the Me Energy Co-op Scholarship for $500. Jenna Wall, going to Bethany Lutheran College, where she will get the Dr. Sigurd C. Sylvester Scholarship for $64,000, and also the Bethany Lutheran College High School Waiver Scholarship for $8,000. Ryan Crick, actually undecided yet where he's going to go to college. He said either Bethany or WLC, and he gave me the awards that he'd get for each of them, and which are very similar, actually. I listed the ones for Bethany here on this screen. A College Presidential Scholarship for $52,000, the Bethany Lutheran College Christian High School Waiver for $8,000, the Bethany Lutheran College Alumni Scholarship for $5,000, the Bethany Regent Grant for $755, and the Calvin and Betty Anderson Scholarship through Bethany for $1,500, and then Ryan also will get a Quick Trip Scholarship for $3,000 wherever he decides. Elizabeth Steebs going to MLC, and she'll get their Messenger Scholarship for $8,000, and also the Vernon Electric Cooperative Scholarship for $750. She had to apply for that one, and it's great that she received that. Katie Tauscher, also going to MLC, and she will also get the Messenger Scholarship for $8,000. Kelly Tauscher going to Viterbo University, where she will get their Hallmark Scholarship for $40,000, along with an education scholarship through Viterbo for $8,000, and also the Viterbo University Alumni Scholarship for $4,000. And also going to Viterbo, Annabelle Koenig, where she will get the University Dean Scholarship for $52,000, and also the Viterbo University Basketball Scholarship for $12,000. Olivia Boddick, also going to Viterbo, and Olivia will also get the Hallmark Scholarship for $40,000 and the Viterbo University Russell and Vera Smith Scholarship for $2,000. Maria Bain, just last week, I got an email that she received the Wanik Engineering and Design Scholarship, and Maria for $5,000. And Maria had to do an extensive application for that one, and it was great. We just found out last week that she got one of those nice scholarships. This one, the student, I don't know if he knows about it because a check just came in the mail last week to Mr. Wickman, and he gave it to me, and the Incredible Bank Employee Children's Scholarship, and goes to Ellis Bertolotti. Ellis, I'll have that check for you here. Again, pick that up when you bring back your books. Tyler Savor, going to UW La Crosse, where he will get the Harold H. Weezy Scholarship for $500. Joshua Larson, he is going this summer to boot camp, and then he is going into the United States Army National Guard Scholarship Program, where after boot camp and some other obligations through the fall, he's going to go to Winona State starting next winter, and he'll have full tuition paid for, valued at about $30,000 through Winona State as he fulfills his National Guard requirements. Abby Lass going to WLC, and she will get the Wisconsin Lutheran College Academic Scholarship for $60,000, the Wisconsin Lutheran College Partners in Education Scholarship for $8,000, and the WLC College Visit Scholarship for $500. Corinna Handy going to UW Eau Claire, well, she'll get the Chancellor's Award for $1,000, and also a UW Eau Claire Honors Scholarship for $4,000. The next one, the Onalaska Rotary Scholarship, was also one that we had 6 Luther students apply for, and we had to have 6 to be able to give it out to one person. And again, a pretty extensive scholarship application for this, and the Rotary picks this scholarship, and they notified me last week. And maybe seniors, you can tell by who else, the college on here with the other one. Also, this person gets the UW Stevens Point Grace Windros Hubbard Scholarship, and the winners of these would be Emily Wintrone. Peter Garofalo going to Western Technical College, and he'll get a Riverland Energy Co-op scholarship for $1,000. And Peter had to fill out an application for this and then get lucky at a draw from some area schools to win that $1,000 to apply to his education. And the same thing happened with Lily Neumeister. She also is in the Riverland Energy District and also did the application and got lucky on a draw from at-large schools to win $1,000 from Riverland to apply to her education at UW Green Bay next year. Joshua Hackbarth wins the Lacrosse Tribune Lacrosse Community Foundation Extra Effort Award. And maybe some of you see the Lacrosse Tribune on Sundays. They have a focus on an area student that gives extra effort. There's 24 schools in this program, and they focus a different student every week. And Luther High School picked Josh for this award, and he was supposed to go to a banquet on May 6th to find out how much he would get. That announcement's going to come later in May, but usually the awards for those are at minimum $100, and about half the people get maybe up to $1,000. So Joshua will find that out later, as he is going to UW-Madison for chemical engineering. And Phoebe Christensen with some nice awards. Phoebe wins the Wisconsin Academic Excellence Scholarship for $9,000. That goes to every school in the state. Their top person by GPA, the bigger schools get more, gets $9,000 if they live in Wisconsin and go to a Wisconsin school. And Phoebe is doing that. As you see, she is going to Carroll University, where she will also get the trustee scholarship for $84,000. And the Hilger Tradition Award for $2,000, and also a Carroll University Music Scholarship for $7,500. And the last one I have is Levi Cox. And Levi Cox, I think, is going to Gustavus. He didn't let me know last week for sure, but I think that's where he's going. And I'd like to honor him here, especially for being a National Merit finalist. And back in the fall, Levi was recognized by the National Merit Scholarship Corporation as a semifinalist. And he became one of the top 16,000 students in the United States to reach that status, and that's top 1%. And that came from taking the National Merit qualifying test last year as a junior. He then had to fill out an extensive questionnaire, write an essay, get several letters of recommendation, have every report card grade entered from every class he took in high school, and all these things have earned him as becoming a finalist. And as a finalist, he is now one of 10 in this whole greater La Crosse area to qualify for this award. And he'll get some nice awards for those to use at Gustavus if that's where he's going or anywhere he goes. All right, so I added up all these awards that people are getting, and with all these reductions in tuition, all these things they do not have to pay back, $1.2 million. Pretty awesome blessings and work by our students using their abilities that God has given them. All right, next up, Mr. Adix for the Music Awards.
Good evening. My name is Paul Adix, and it's my privilege to serve as Fine Arts Director here at Luther High School. To our fine arts students, I just want to take a moment and share these thoughts with you. Please know that your directors and your teachers miss you all terribly, and that we are keeping you daily in our prayers. We pray that you are all in good health and that God would continue to lift you up with his almighty hands. We look forward to the time when we are able to gather together once again to rehearse, to perform, to learn, and grow together as musicians and as Christians. For our graduating seniors, while we may not be able to perform together again this year, we pray that God would bless and keep you until we gather again once more around the throne of grace, one in Christ, praising God forever. We continue now with the official music awards. Our first award this evening is the Handbell Leadership Award. And the criteria for the Handbell Leadership Award are as follows. This award is given to a graduating senior who has distinguished themselves by displaying leadership and excellence within the Luther High School handbell choirs. This year's Handbell Leadership Award goes to Catherine Bruns. Also receiving this year's Handbell Leadership Award, Abigail Lass. Next is the National School Marching Award, and the criteria for that is as follows. This award is given to a senior who has distinguished him or herself as an outstanding leader in the band's marching program at Luther High School. The recipient this year of the National School Marching Award is Elizabeth Steebs. The Louis B. Armstrong Jazz Award is given to a graduating senior who has distinguished him or herself as a jazz ensemble leader and a performer from within the concert band. This year's recipient is John Michaels. The highest award given within the band is the John Philip Sousa Award. And the criteria are as follows. For 48 years, thousands of high schools have honored their top band student with the John Philip Sousa Award. The pinnacle of achievement in a high school band program, the Sousa Award recognizes outstanding dedication and superior musicianship, qualities that all directors seek to instill in students. This award may not be given if no suitable candidate is found. This year we have a suitable candidate, and the winner is John Michaels. In the choral division, we have the Choral All-Star Award, and that award is given to graduating seniors who have distinguished themselves by displaying vocal leadership and excellence within the Luther High School Concert Choir. They must have distinguished themselves by a public performance as a soloist, and they must have shown an appreciation for the special gift that God has given them by willingly using their talents in His service. This year we have a particularly talented and dedicated group of seniors, and our Choral All-Star Award winners are Elizabeth Steebs, Jenna Wall, Phoebe Christensen, and Grace Shepard. Those are our female award winners. We also have some gentlemen who will be receiving the award this year. Nick Weiser, Evan Boudin, Levi Cox, and Josh Larson. Those are our Choral All-Star Award winners for 2020. Next is the Seideberg Scholarship. Two checks written out for the amount of $100. The Seideberg Award the criteria for the Seideberg Award is dedication to musical growth while at Luther High School and a desire to continue in music education, especially in the service of the church. Seideberg was a student at Luther High School who was very active as a musician, also played piano, and the Lord called her home at quite an early age, and her memory lives on through the encouragement that this scholarship provides. This year's winners of the Seideberg Scholarship for $100 apiece are Elizabeth Steebs and also Phoebe Christensen. Congratulations. We also have the privilege of awarding the Edwin and Alvina Hansen Memorial Scholarship, one single scholarship for the amount of $200, also awarded to a music student who has displayed dedication and excellence at Luther High School, and a promising career involving music in some way, shape, or form in the future. And this year's recipient, we are pleased to say, is Nick Weiser. The highest award given by the Luther High School Music Department is the Musical Night Award. In a time when it's getting even more challenging for students to remain dedicated to both band and choir, we are still encouraging our students to make those sacrifices and to be able to participate in both ensembles throughout their 4 years at Luther High School. And indeed, we've still seen a wonderful participation by students in both band and choir. In order to be a candidate for the Musical Night Award, a candidate must have distinguished themselves by outstanding musicianship and dedication to the vocal and instrumental divisions of Luther High. They must have been members in one of the following organizations: Sound Foundation, Jazz Ensemble, Handbells, or active with piano and organ. Candidates must have displayed outstanding musicianship by receiving a first division rating at the state level of the WSMA Solo and Ensemble Festival. Candidates also must have demonstrated a true Christian spirit, support for Luther High School's objectives, and a desire to be a good ambassador for Christian education. I'm very pleased and proud to announce that the recipient for this year's Musical Night Award is Elizabeth Steeves. And that concludes the music portion of our awards this evening. Once again, we pray that God would bless and keep you, and we look forward to the day when we are able to gather our ensembles together yet again to rehearse, to grow, and to glorify God. Thank you.
This next group of scholarships is called the Luther High School Foundation and Friends Scholarships. The Luther High School Foundation was established as a nonprofit corporation in 1989. The goal of the foundation is to manage the invested monetary gifts to ensure the long-term financial stability of Luther High School through third source funding, as well as to provide high school tuition assistance and post-high school scholarships, what this is, for our students. The funding for foundation scholarships comes from the interest generated by the foundation investments every year. The funding for the second category of scholarships, the Friends Scholarships, comes directly from an annual gift from the friend of Luther High School to a specific scholarship established by the donor. What I'd really like is to have a lot more of these scholarships. So if you or anybody you know that's watching or you know of makes you think of something that you'd like to start, certainly let me know. It could be for anything: academic only, sports, music, clubs, whatever you want. We do have 2 new ones even this year, and we had a new one last year as well. So contact me, and we can get something started for as little as you want or as big as you want. All right, and students, so as you get these scholarships, there's going to be some stipulations in some of these. For instance, some of them, when you get your envelope here, when you pick it up on May 19th or 20th, you may have a check in there made right out to you. You could go and deposit it right away. You may have a check made out to you and the school you're going, so you're going to have to send that on for your tuition for next year. Or you might have a letter with instructions on how to obtain the scholarship. It may be attending a meeting of the organization. It may be waiting a semester and then sending proof of your attendance during first semester and your class schedule for second semester. That's a common thing. So if you get one of those, put that envelope in a prominent place, take a picture of things, whatever, store it on your phone as a reminder that you have to follow through with that sometimes after your first semester of college. All right, in order to qualify for these scholarships coming up, the students had to submit a Google form to me back on March 18th that included their post-high school plans as well as extracurricular activities that they were involved in high school, and also volunteer work they've done over the last 2 years. Some maybe chose not to do this. They didn't have to. Maybe they were set for college, but in order to qualify for this next set of scholarships, they had to kind of apply that way by filling out information on themselves so the scholarship committee, the faculty, could do the correct voting. So a list of these scholarships and awards, along with the names of the recipients, will be available at the end of the school year. We'll have a nice document that'll print all these things out in one place. All right, so at this time, I will now present the Foundation and Friends scholarships. Here comes about $19,000. I have about 30 awards for 20 different kids, and for most of these, the students don't know about these awards yet. All right, so the first 9 actually are dedicated to ministry. Most of them have stipulations of attending Martin Luther College. And the first one is called the Henkel Ministerial Training Scholarship for $1,000. This one was established by the Henkel family to support a student who plans to prepare for the preaching or teaching ministry. And the winner of this is Elizabeth Steeves. The next one is the Brendel Family Scholarship for $1,000. The former owners of Brendel's Hardware in La Crosse were a consistent force for the development and support of Luther High School and Christian education that continues through this scholarship. And every year I get a check from 3 different donors that contribute to make this $1,000, and one of them is a daughter of the Brendels, and she lives in Texas and still wants to support Christian education at our great school. And the winner of this is Katie Tauscher, as Katie also is going to MLC like Lizzie. The next one, the Pastor Arden and Ora Steeves Memorial Training Scholarship for $1,000. And this one was established in memory of Pastor Arden and Mrs. Ora Steeves. Pastor Steeves served at St. Paul's Bangor and was instrumental in the establishment of Luther High School. Pastor Steeves was an encourager. This scholarship has been established to provide encouragement and financial support for Luther graduate who desires to study for the pastoral ministry. And this one is set up, it'll end up totaling $1,000 at the end, and right away, Nick Weiser, you will get $100, and then next year you'd get $200, the year after $300, and the year after $400. And again, this is one of those where you have to let me know after every year that, yes, I'm going back, here's my class schedule for next year, and please give me the next installment of my money. All right, the next ministerial scholarship is called the David and Bernice Lair Scholarship for $800. This one is funded by Steve and Cheryl Lair and Judy Peterson to honor the memory of Steve and Judy's parents who throughout their lives were ardent supporters of Christian education and ministerial training. This Lair Scholarship also would be in honor of Jenna Wall's great-grandparents. And the winner of this, again, going to MLC, is Elizabeth Steeves. The next one, the Armin, Ann, Gerald, and James Hune Scholarship for $1,000. This one was established by the Jim and Gerald Hune families to support the memory of their parents, Armin and Ann, and to fulfill their parents' wish to remember Luther High School in their estate. Family and friends of recently passed away Gerald and James have also added to this fund to encourage students to enter a ministry-related field. Back about 5 years ago when I started, this scholarship was at $300, and since some recent donations every year by a bunch of people have now increased this to $1,000. Armin Hune taught in West Salem way back when they came to this area, and he was also active in the establishment of Luther High School. And it is also fitting then that the winner of this scholarship is Katie Tauscher, as she is going to MLC and is from West Salem. The next 2 scholarships, the Robbie Memorial Scholarships. They were established in memory of Dr. James Robbie, principal of Luther from 1976 to 1995, and his grandson, Nicholas Robbie. The Robbies made this an easy choice by the faculty by having it picked by class rank going to MLC. And so the top 2 students by class rank will get this scholarship for $315 each, and that would be Elizabeth Steebs and Katie Tauscher. The next scholarship is a new one this year, the Paul and Diana Kramer Memorial Scholarship for $250. Paul and Diana taught at Christ West Salem for many years and have had 4 kids that have gone through Luther, I think. And their children have now established this scholarship in their name. They, like the Robbies, have made it easy for the faculty to pick. They said, let's make it the 3rd and 4th person going to MLC by class rank, and this year we just have 3, so number 3 gets the $250, and that would be Nick Weiser as well. And the last ministry scholarship is called the Faculty Ministry Scholarship, and I've noticed I just put $ here because faculty hasn't all contributed yet, and that amount is still to be determined. And we on the faculty have established this scholarship to provide support and encouragement to a student planning to prepare for the teaching, preaching, or staff ministry program at MLC. And this year the faculty would love to support Nick in his desire to become a pastor. All right, those are all of the ministry scholarships, and now we go on to others that are still part of the Foundation and Friends scholarships. And the first one is called the Elizabeth Graff Scholarship. And these scholarships range anywhere from $200 to $500. And these scholarships come from Betty Graff, who was an office manager at UW-La Crosse, was a great supporter of Christian education at Luther High School, and she volunteered for our registration for many, many years, I was told. The interest generated from this amount that the foundation manages is between $3,000 and $4,000 every year, just on interest. And this year, the faculty chose 9 students to split up that $3,100. And the first student, the requirements for this, I'll read you the requirements, that they have to have a B average minimum. That's pretty easy, as all these students have a 3.6 or higher, active in a variety of co-curricular activities, sports, bands, choirs, organizations, drama, great kids to have in class, and pretty good cross-section of our student body, and these are the 9 students who will get one of these Graff scholarships, somewhere between $200 and $500 each. And the first one is John Michaels, going to St. Thomas, and Abby Lenz, going to UW-Eau Claire, Levi Cox, going to Gustavus Adolphus, Annabelle Koenig, going to Viterbo, Kelly Tauscher, going to Viterbo, Emily Wintrone, going to UW Stevens Point, and Olivia Boddick, going to Viterbo, and Maria Bain, going to University of Minnesota, and Catherine Bruns, going to St. Thomas. All right, next, the Gail Peterson Memorial Scholarship. There's 2 of these for $200. Pete, as he was known at Luther, was a teacher and librarian at Luther for 26 years. He helped lay the foundation of the Luther High School English department. They said his penchant for scholarship and hard work will always be a hallmark for future generations. And the students had to apply for this one by writing an essay to the English department. And the English department went through the people that applied to write the essay, and we have 2 winners at $200 each, and one is Joey McNamara, and the other one is Abigail Lass. And They will get those $200 awards each. Next one is the New Life Resource Center Millie Munfrum Scholarships. And this scholarship is funded by the Resource Center and Lee and Lynette Fear. This was open to students in all grades this year. Students, if you remember, Mr. Bias presented after chapel one time about this scholarship. They would write an essay or even do a video to apply for this. And there was $1,000 to give out for this scholarship. And we have 2 seniors who won part of this money. And the first one is Abigail Wiersbicki. Won $500 for this, and also $200 by Abigail Lass, also applied and won $200. And next we have the Good Steward Resale Store Scholarship. They have awarded 3 of them this year. $1,000 to be split up, and the Good Steward Resale Store was established to recognize a servant's heart and a spirit of volunteerism, and these scholarships are picked by the wise managers at the Good Steward store. And $250 goes to Kelly Tauscher. And another $250 goes to Katie Tauscher. And $500 of this award goes to Sheilma Albert, as she can use that money for her education as she is going to Western next year. The Quick Trip Leadership Scholarships, there's 2 at $500, and 2 students have been blessed with leadership qualities that are known almost daily for one, and more maybe behind the scenes for the other. The first one has probably been on this stage more than I have, and that would be our student body president, Emily Wintrone. And the second one is our National Honor Society president, and that is Catherine Bruns. Time and Talent Scholarship for $1,000. Bruce and Ginger Gents have established this scholarship to recognize a Luther senior who has consistently endeavored to fully utilize his or her time and talents. And this one, as the faculty looked over all the different things that kids have done throughout their high school years, and volunteerism and all aspects, and came up with the winner of this, involved in 3 sports, Sound Foundation, drama, gets A's all the time, volunteers for many things, and this would be Jenna Wall. The Neil and Cheryl Horman Scholarship for $1,000. This scholarship was started 3 years ago by Neil and Cheryl Horman of Onalaska. The Hormans are members at Emmanuel Lutheran Church in La Crosse and own a successful accounting business in Onalaska for many years. They have set up this scholarship through the Luther High School Foundation, and the interest generated every year will award a scholarship for at least $1,000 for students going into the accounting business field. And the winner this year, going to Drake University, Joey McNamara. Next one, the David and Gloria Adix Ross Family Attendance Scholarship for $1,000. This one just started last year. William and Christine Ross had 4 boys graduate from Luther. They started this scholarship, and they said they heard me say at an awards banquet one time, I wish there was a scholarship for attendance. And they got that idea, and the next year, in February, the Ross family sent me a check for $1,000 and said, hey, let's start this up. And maybe other people will contribute to this one as well. I called them again this year, and they said yes, they'd love to do it again. And they said they really want to honor David and Gloria Adix. They said Gloria had all their kids in kindergarten at First Lutheran, and then Dave, who taught at Luther maybe 40 years, rarely missed a day in all of his years teaching. Well, the winner of this scholarship, Mrs. Wasserman and Mr. Engelbrecht, checked all the attendance records through the last 4 years, or 3.75 years of attendance, and this student missed only 18 class periods, not 18 days, 18 class periods in all of that time. It was close, but we can only give it to one, and the winner is Katie Tauscher. Congratulations, Katie. Use that extra money at MLC next year. This next scholarship is also a new one this year. This scholarship, called the Torger Henkel Memorial Engineering Scholarship, for $2,000. Greg and Nancy Henkel have started this scholarship in honor of their son Torger, who was a 2015 graduate and passed away back last September. Torger was going to become a mining engineer and was also a great thinker. The first choice for this scholarship by the Henkel family is someone going into engineering. And the scholarship committee thought we have a great choice for this, as the winner of this is also going into engineering, and we say is a great thinker as well. Congratulations to Joshua Hackbarth. The Cale Pierce Donovan Memorial Scholarship for $2,000. This scholarship was started by Dan and Vicki Kunz in honor of their grandson Cale. Students, you may remember Dan, Mr. Kunz, doing chapel here a few times every year. Dan also taught here for around 25 years. The first choice for this scholarship is for students going into the healthcare field, and it is required on the application and essay that students also have to do for this scholarship. So, like we've seen before, this person applied for a lot of scholarships, and she's getting a bunch of them as well. The winner is going to WLC for nursing, and that would be Abigail Lass. All right, that concludes the Foundations and Friends scholarships. Mr. Babinick is next with the athletic awards.
Good evening. My name is Joel Babinick. I serve as athletic director here at Luther High School. First of all, I pray that you and your family and friends are remaining healthy. More importantly, healthy, that you will remain healthy spiritually in your journey each day. To all of our athletes who are watching, and especially to our senior athletes, I know that your coaches and your teachers pray for you daily. These are certainly unique and changing times, but rest assured that our Lord and Savior is an unchanging God. He has a perfect plan in place for you and for me, and what a blessing it is for us to know that and to be reminded of it each and every day. And now it is my privilege to share with you the awards earned by and awarded to the Luther High School Knight athletes for 2020. The first award that we look at is the WIAA Scholar Athlete Award. For this award, it's given by the WIAA. Each school in the state of Wisconsin may nominate one male and one female senior. The criteria that we start with is that they have earned 4 varsity letters in WIAA recognized sports, and that they have a 3.5 or better GPA based on a 4.0 scale. After that, then points are accrued for each athlete based on the number of letters earned, and then championships earned through competition, whether that is a conference championship, a regional championship, a sectional, or potentially a state championship. Along with that award, our Cooley Conference also recognizes these athletes with a plaque and a banquet. For obvious reasons, the banquet this year was canceled. The students that received this award for our male candidate or nominee this year was senior Joey McNamara, and our female award winner was Miss Jenna Wall. Joey earned 8 varsity letters, 1 in football, 3 in basketball, and 4 in golf. Jenna earned 10 varsity letters, 4 in tennis, 2 in basketball, and 4 in softball. The next awards we look at are scholarships that are awarded and selected through the athletic department. The first one being the Eunice Beagle Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $100. Preference for this award is given to a deserving 4-year participant in cross country who intends to attend college or a technical college. They also have a 2.5 or better GPA. Some additional characteristics that are included in this award are a serving heart as indicated by volunteer work and work ethic in academics and athletics. The recipient for this Eunice Beagle Memorial Scholarship is Abby Loss. The next scholarship is the WKTY Sportscaster Club Scholarship. This is recognized or put on by the WKTY radio station along with sponsorship through businesses that are a member of the Sportscasters Club. This award is given to a male or female who participates in any sport. They are in the top half of their class and will be attending a 2- or 4-year educational institution. This year's recipient of the WKTY Sportscasters Club Scholarship is Brandon Statler. The next awards are the highest awards given to seniors from an athletic perspective. The first one we look at is the Senior Female and then Male Award. Both of these have the same criteria, which is as follows. They have earned 6 varsity letters through their career, a demonstration of Christian principles on and off the field or court, a good rapport with their coaches, their teammates and peers, and a demonstration of leadership. The recipient this year for the female athlete is Jenna Wall. Again, Jenna had 10 earned letters, 4 of them in tennis. Jenna was a first-team all-conference athlete all 4 years of her tennis career. She was the team's most valuable athlete as a sophomore, a junior, and a senior. She was a 3-time WIAA sectional and state qualifier. Her team won the Cooley Conference Championship all 4 years of her participation. And in 2019, the team was the WIAA sectional champions and the first tennis team to advance to the state tournament. She earned 2 letters in basketball and 4 letters in softball. In softball, Jenna was the Wisconsin Fast Pitch Coaches Association honorable mention in 2019 and was recently selected as an all-star for 2020. She was a second-team Cooley Conference selection in 2018 and a first-team selection in 2019. She was her team's MVP in 2019. She was selected to the Lacrosse Tribune first-team All-Area in 2019. Her team, as a freshman, 2017, was a Cooley Conference championship team. And in all 3 years of participation as a freshman through junior, her team was a WIAA regional champion. The Male Athlete Award goes to Brandon Statler. Brandon earned 8 varsity letters in his career, 3 in football, where he was honorable mention Cooley Conference for both offense and defense in his junior year. As a senior, the football team moved to the Southwest Activities League, and there he was a second-team all-conference player, again on both offensive and defensive ends. He was also the team's most valuable player in both junior and senior seasons. In basketball, he earned 2 varsity letters. In his junior season, his team captured the Cooley Conference Championship. In his senior season, he was named to the honorable mention for the Cooley Conference as an individual. His team captured the WIAA Regional Championship and was to play in the sectional championship game prior to the season ending due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He was a 3-year letter earner in baseball. In his junior season, he earned second team all-conference honors. And our final award, the men's Sana in Corpora Sano Award, which translated is Sound Mind and a Sound Body. The criteria for this award is 4 varsity letters earned, that they are a Luther High School honors student, and have a demonstration of Christian principles. The winner of this award is Jenna Wall. You've heard a lot about Jenna already. Here are a few more things that I saved. In tennis, Jenna, most combined wins in a season for school history at 32. Most individual double wins in a season in school history at 32. She's second in school history at 101 combined career wins. That's just one behind the record holder, Anna Hemmelman. She holds the school career record for wins in doubles at 96, and the 4th best career winning percentage in school history at 826. All of this, those 10 letters and all of those awards, while earning a 3.98 honor point average. Those are your athletic awards. Congratulations to all of the recipients. You have certainly taken the blessings that the Lord has given to each and every one of you, and you've used them well. God's blessings in your future.
All right, hi, and I'm back, and the last set of scholarships that I have are called community scholarships awarded by Luther High School. We are grateful to the following community organizations for recognizing our seniors with their generous scholarships for post-high school study. Again, students, make sure you read the stipulations in your envelopes when you pick them up. Some have the money in them. Some might not be distributed until second semester, and some might require proof of enrollment every year. So make sure you are keeping that straight and sending your information where you need to get that free money that you have won. So here are 9 more scholarships for another $8,400, which makes $27,000 of new money that you are getting for school that you probably didn't know about. This is on top of any that you have gotten on your own. All right, and the first one is the La Crosse Kiwanis Community Award for $300. This one, she knows who it is, as she was supposed to go to a banquet about a month ago, and the criteria for this is kind of cool. Recognition of a good kid involved at school, home, and or the community. They do not have to be the top student, just an achiever in his or her own way. The La Crosse Kiwanis Club was started in 1919 and has been given these scholarships to 8 area schools since 1975. And the winner of this, and she'll now get the check in the mail, or maybe has it already, is Clarissa Miller. The American Legion of Onalaska supports our school very nicely with sponsoring students for Badger Boys State and Badger Girls State every year, and they also give us 2 $500 scholarships called the American Legion Americanism Awards to one young man and one young lady in recognition of academic success, community service, patriotism, and citizenship. These 2 people, these winners, have academic success, certainly 4.0 and 3.9 GPAs, and have both attended Badger State last summer. So congratulations to Evan Boudin and Phoebe Christensen. And the next one, Western Technical College Foundation Scholarship. Western is also a great supporter of our school, as they are recognizing that we are getting many students every year going on to Western to do their education, and they give us $500 every year, and the faculty decided this year that we'd give it to the person going to Western with the highest GPA of all the students going to Western, and that is Brandon Statler. Gets $500 to Western for next year. The Oktoberfest Gemütlichkeit Foundation Scholarship for $1,000. This foundation wants to recognize a student with strong academic standing, positive community involvement, and an interest in cross-cultural understanding. Since this person, the winner, is a great student, and they have taken a foreign exchange student into their home a whole bunch of times, it was fitting that the winner be Corinna Handy for that $1,000. And I think, Corinna, you maybe got that in the mail already. The American Red Cross Scholarship for $1,000. Pro-Life Night sponsors 2 blood drives a year, and some students even do calling to promote and encourage people to give. And our winner this year is the president of Pro-Life Nights and a great leader in the promotion of giving blood. And Mrs. Bader said all kinds of work with the blood drive over the years and a strong supporter of it, and that would be Phoebe Christensen will win this award. All right, the next one's from the La Crosse Community Foundation. The La Crosse Community Foundation has been doing these scholarships for a whole bunch of years, and this one is generated through Paul and Melissa Borsheim and Doug Stanton, who initiated the Borton Construction Scholarship to assist students planning to study in the areas of professions such as engineering, drafting, design, or other trade areas. Since 1999, they've been involved from start to finish in many building projects throughout the La Crosse area. And this year, we would like to honor a student going into engineering, since that's what they're looking for, and he is going to engineering at Winona State University, and that would be Jacob Yaley. Congratulations, Jacob, on winning that award. The Cross Community Foundation also has a scholarship called the VM Scholarship. This one for $2,200 or $1,100 each year. And this is going to be one of those where you have to verify enrollment for the next year to get your next part of the scholarship. Clayton and Vivian Wiem did not have children of their own, but they wanted to help many young people receive an education for generations to come. This scholarship is awarded to students planning to pursue a course of study in either engineering or nursing. And the winner of this is a student going into nursing, and he'll do a great job at Coe College in their nursing program, and that is Christian Willem. And the third La Crosse Community Foundation scholarship is called their Community Foundation Scholarship for $1,000, and this scholarship recognizes the student that best represents the ideal Luther High School graduate. They say the honor should be more significant than even the monetary award. There were many good candidates raised by the faculty, lots of people nominated for this one, but the Community Foundation said, no, we can only do one, and you can't divide it up, just has to be one. And wow, all these awesome students that we've had in this senior class, and this one goes to a faithful hard worker, very helpful, dependable, committed as a student, lots of activities, good leader in sports, in music, in clubs, positive Christian student, very well-rounded, humble, trustworthy, respected highly by classmates and faculty, and congratulations to Jenna Wall. Wow, it's hard to believe this group of seniors is almost done. It seems like you guys were all just little freshmen out there. God has richly blessed all these young men and women, and we pray that He will continue to strengthen and sustain them through word and sacrament as they now get ready to begin a new stage of life. Mr. Wickman is next with the final academic awards.
It's my privilege at this time to announce those students that after the semesters here at Luther High School have accumulated a cumulative grade point average of 3.667 or better. Those are our academic honor students, and we wish them the Lord's blessings as they continue to make use of those intellectual gifts that the Lord has given them. And at this time, I would like to present those honor cords to them. Maria Bain. Ellis Bertolot. Catherine Bruns. Evan Boudin. Phoebe Christensen. Levi Cox. Joshua Hackbarth. Corinna Handy. Annabelle Koenig. Emily Comey. Abigail Lass. Abby Lenz. Joseph McNamara. John Michaels. Brandon Statler. Elizabeth Steebs. Katie Tauscher. Kelly Tauscher. Jenna Wall. Christian Willem. Emily Wintrone. It's also my privilege to announce those students that at the end of their high school semesters here at Luther High have been awarded the distinct privilege and honor of being the salutatorian and valedictorian for the class of 2020. The winner of the salutatorian award here at Luther High School is Jenna Wall. It would be really an injustice to try to name all the things that Jenna has participated in and excelled in here at Luther High School, so permit me to just mention a sampling of them. She certainly was involved here at Luther High School, but beyond Luther High School as a person that looked to serve others. In her years here at Luther High School, she served as a coach for the grade school basketball team at St. Paul's in the summer program here at Luther High School as well. She also is a leader in the grade school tennis camp. Beyond that, in her community, she has served with the Down Syndrome Awareness of Wisconsin, the Christmas party that they had for these very special people. She's been involved in her congregation as well. She has served as a greeter at St. Paul's Lutheran Church in Onalaska. Academically, she already has been accorded some honors for her skills in tennis as well as basketball, being mentioned as a all-conference member as well as a team captain and MVP. Beyond that, she also was involved with a fine arts program. She participated in the drama program recently here at Luther High School. She's been actively involved with our Luther High School handball choir, the jazz band, as well as the band itself. And she has been a leader within our student body, serving on our student council in grades 9, 10, and 12. She's also been aware of the fact that school spirit is really an important part of our school life here at Luther High School, and was elected the president of an organization called the Rejuvenites. Congratulations to our salutatorian, Jenna Wall, with a grade point average of 3.981. Congratulations and God's blessings, Jenna. It doesn't happen often, but it did this year, where Luther High School, after all was said and done with all of the grades, all the tests, all the quizzes, all the assignments that were completed over the course of 4 years, it almost was a dead even tie for the number one academic honor within the senior class. And consequently, we as a faculty have determined that it would be appropriate to award co-valedictorians. One of the valedictorians is Catherine Bruns. Catherine was involved recently this past summer with a mission trip to Costa Maya, Mexico, and serving with their summer vacation Bible school there. Not only is she active there, but she was involved in the Sunday school program at her home church at St. Paul's on Alaska. In the community, Catherine has served as a mail and flower delivery person for the Gunderson Lutheran Hospital. Our second recipient of the Valedictorian Award is Phoebe Christensen. Phoebe Christensen, again, as with our previous award winner for valedictorian as well as salutatorian, was actively involved in her school, but also in her community and her congregation. Phoebe was selected to be the Badger Girls State representative one of her years here at Luther High School. She also participated in the Washington, D.C. March for Life in grades 10 through 12. She is a participant in the La Crosse Area Youth Symphony. She has worked as a lifeguard at the La Crescent Aquatic Center and served as a volunteer with the YMCA Run Walk program. In her congregation, Phoebe has been very active. She has been playing as a musician there twice a month for her church. She has participated in some outreach concerts. She has been involved with the hospital visit program through her congregation, and also has been involved with the nursing home services, again as a representative not only of her congregation, but also of Luther High School. And congratulations to our co-valedictorian, Phoebe Christensen. With all of these honors, whether they are the Honor Cord winners, the salutatorian, the valedictorian, we recognize all of them have been given some very special gifts, and we trust that they are blessings that God has entrusted to them, that they can be a blessing to others. We congratulate them on their accomplishment and pray that God blesses them in their future.